right, welcome. It's Friday, July 31st, and we're going to continue on with our look at angles and their measures, and we're going to learn how to convert from a rad to a degree, and from a degree back to a rad. So let's get started. Alrighty. Okay, we want to convert between radians and degrees. So what we learned about yesterday was a radian, pi radians is the same as 180 degrees. So if I want to change between, if I want to go from degrees to radians, I use this conversion. Pi radians is the same as 180. So for this first problem here, I'm just multiplying both this by pi over 180. Okay, I can divide both of these by 10. And now I got 12 pi over 18, and I can reduce that. Divide both by 6, and I get 2 pi over 3. Okay, 330 degrees. So I'm going to multiply that. I'm going to go degrees to rads. Again, I can divide by 10. And I have 33 pi over 18. And now I can divide both of those by 3 and end up with 11 pi over 6. Now, negative is no different. You just have a negative answer. So I got 135 times pi over 180. All right, now I got to figure out what goes into both of these. Well, 5 does. And I can do 135 by 5. So I can take 135. It's going to give me 27 pi. Now I'm going to divide 180 by 5. And that's 36. Now both of these I can divide by 9. 9 into 27 is 3. And 9 into 36 is 4. Now these, if you notice, all of these answers had pi in them, because the instructions said write these as a multiple of pi. So pi is going to be part of your answer. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but instead of using pi, we're going to use 3.14, or we're going to use the pi key on our calculator. All right, so same process here. So I get 17 pi over 180. Okay, now on my calculator, I'm going to use the pi key. So on Math Excel, you have a calculator that you can use. So I've got 17 times pi divided by 180. And I want to round this to 2 decimal places. So I got 0.296. The 6 tells me to round the second decimal place to a 10, which makes that 2 a 3. So this is going to be 0.30. right? 350 times pi over 180. You can divide both by 10, so I got smaller numbers. All right, and nothing goes into 35 and 18. So now I'm going to multiply that and divide it out. So let's see, 35 pi divided by 18, and to two decimal places, the 8 tells me to make this 0 a 1, so this is approximately 6 11/10. So here I end up with negative 40 pi divided by 18, and I'm not going to reduce it because I'm just going to use my calculator to get the decimal of this. So negative 40 times pi divided by 18. So negative 6.981 to the nearest two decimals. The 1 tells me leave that 8 alone. So this is approximately negative 6.98. All right, now the last 6 problems, you're doing just the reverse. You're taking each radian and you're changing it to the degrees. So now you're multiplying by 180 over pi, the reciprocal of this, because you want the word radians to cancel. So now I'm multiplying by 180 over pi. Right? The pi's are going to cancel. 6 into 6, 6 into 180, and I'm left with 5 times 30. That's 150 degrees. Okay, pi over 12 times 180 over pi. Okay, 12 goes into 180. Fifteen times. So that's 15 degrees. Okay, negative 3 pi over 4 times 180 over pi. We want the pi's to cancel. All right, now I'm going to multiply this out. Okay, negative 3 times 180 divided by 4, and I get negative 135 degrees. And in the last 3 problems, we're converting from radians to degrees, but now we're using the decimal form rounded to 2 places. So 0.75 rads, I'm still going to multiply it by 180 over pi. So I take my calculator, I multiply the numerators, divide by the denominator. So the top is going to be 0.75 times 180 divided by pi. And then to 2 decimal places. So I got 42,971. Okay. There's my second place. So that 1 says leave that 7 alone. Okay, 2 rads times 180 over pi. So that's 360 over pi. Okay, 114.591. So the 9 is in the second decimal, so I look at the 1, it says leave it alone. So that's approximately 114.59. Okay, and our last one, .32 times 180, and then I'm going to divide that by pi. .362.109. Okay, the 9 says make that 0, 1. So I got 362, 1, and there's our answer. All right, folks, that takes us through week 1. You all have a good weekend, and I will see you on Monday. The assignment that goes with this is going to be Math Excel number 3, converting between radians and degrees, and that's going to be due Sunday night, midnight. All right, have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.